What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Barber Jase back with another video. I hope you guys are good. And we are doing the giveaway right now. We're in the Barber Jase YouTube studio. We've got the prizes, we've got the andis foils, and we've got the wahl seniors for one lucky winner. Let's do it. I'm gonna put in the link and it's gonna pick one lucky winner, random generator. So we're gonna click that. No replies and no duplicates. So if anyone put their Instagram 2-3 times in there, it's only gonna pick one out. Yeah? So continue. And we're gonna pick a winner right here. So man like Derek, you wanna press that button?
I'll press the button, mate. Good luck, everyone.
And the winner is the Truth Teller, Barber Sizzle. Congrats 10K dude, you deserve it. Big up to Truth the Teller 123. Just to confirm, Barber Sizzle. Let's see if he DM'd me. Yep, he's got the screenshot there. Congrats 10K. Big up to Barber Sizzle. Chopstick gang, let's go. Let's get into the video, let's go. Thank you again to everyone that entered the competition. I'm sorry for the people that didn't win, but don't worry, 20K, we could do another one. But I hope everyone is good, everyone is staying safe, family's all good, business is booming. This week, restaurants, indoor events are back open in the UK. Hopefully we can go on holiday soon. But anyway, let's get into the video. I got my man Ruben in the chair. As you can see, he looks extremely happy to be in the chair. I got man like Santos in the background. Also, man like Derek, the director, working his magic with the camera. And we got Barber Jase, the chopstick man, with the number 2. And I'm just gonna remove the bulk. As you can see, I use my hair clips to clip up the top because my client likes the length on the top and it's too long to connect into the sides. So we're gonna keep it disconnected. It's gonna hang over slightly, but because his hair is curly, it's not gonna hang over as much. So yeah, I'm just using my 2 to set up my fade. And I'm keeping it nice and square. I'm not going all the way in because I still need some weight around the curvature so the curls on top can sit nicely. Now with my Andis Super ZRs, with the outliner blade, I'm going to insert my 0 guideline. I don't know if you can tell, but Ruben's hair is super thick and it's very dense, which means I have to work the clipper a little bit more, go over each guard to make sure it's nice and clean. But that means his fade is going to come out nicely because his hair is really dark and he should be able to see a nice contrast in the fade. So using my Andis Supras, I was trying to go over it to make it as clean as possible, but with the outliner blade, the teeth on the blade are quite small and it wasn't catching all the hair. So I switched over to my Babyliss trimmers to clean it up. Don't need to put too much pressure on it, just let the clipper do the work. I'm taking it all the way up to the 0 line, and that's going to give me more space with my foils, so I can take the foils slightly higher as well. Making sure my client is nice and clean before I move on to the next step, using my Babyliss Pro foils to clean it up underneath that 0 line. Try to not create a line using these, so the higher I go, the less pressure I use. Also, you can go with the grain closer to the line and against the grain closer to the hairline. Again, you shouldn't use too much pressure as it can irritate the skin. If you feel it's not cutting properly and you need to apply more pressure, that means your blades are probably blunt. You need to get a new set of blades for your foils. I recently changed mine after using them for about 6 months, and you can notice straight away it cuts a lot smoother. So right now I'm using my 1.5 guard to clean up everything just below the 2. And before I start the fade, I'm going to let you guys know that I'm doing a bit of guard skipping. I'm going to use only 1 guard to fade out that 0 line. So I'm not going to be creating any more guidelines. I've done this technique once before in a previous video, but it's been a while, and why not switch it up? So using my old school 1 guard, fully open, I'm going to start off flicking out just below the number 2. So I am taking it quite high, but the higher I go, the less pressure I use, and also the angle of the clipper should help me blend into the longer lengths. So now closing my clipper into a true number 1, I'm flicking out just below the 1 open. I'm fully engaging the clipper to around the middle of that fade zone, but I'm still going up a slightly higher than that to blend into my 1 open. Make sure you take this guard quite high still, as it will allow you to have more space with the 0.5. So now 0.5, I'm almost flicking out around the middle of that fade zone, which is between the 0 and the 2. When doing this technique, I usually work on one side of the head before moving on to the other side and then finishing off at the back. It just makes it more efficient. I don't have to walk around the head as much, and also for this technique I don't need to switch in between my guards as much as well, which will be perfect. I'm also closing my lever to finally fade out that 0 line, but usually I would slowly open my lever, but with this technique you need to create space for the guard below it, which will be easier by fading down. As you can see, the fade is getting there, it's almost done. It's around 80% complete, and I'm going to leave that and move on to the next side. And then after I finish doing all the sides, I'm gonna go back and refine my work. So it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it's 80%, 90% complete, you can move on. Right here, my seniors ran out of battery, so I had to switch over to the Magics. And now I'm just gonna repeat the same steps, going down with all my guards to fade out that line, by using the old school 1 guard, which is slightly shorter than the normal 1 guard, the premium one. So it will make it easier for me to use my 0.5 to blend into the 1 without using a 0.5 guard, if you know what I mean. A few key points when doing this technique is controlling the pressure with the clippers. You want to use less pressure the higher you go, but don't be scared to take it high, as long as you're using less pressure, and also the angle of the blade. You want to make sure it's flat on the head when you're going through the line, but when you start to blend towards the longer lengths, you want to angle that blade slightly towards you, kind of like in a scooping motion, but without scooping and taking the clipper off the head. As you can see, the clipper is constantly on the head, but I'm changing the angle of it to blend. So I'm moving on to the back now, and I'm going to repeat the same steps. But big up to everyone that's watching. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. Follow the Instagram barber_Jase, and I just want to say I appreciate you guys, my chopstick gang. Cheers! So the fade is almost done. I feel like this is quite an efficient way to fade, but I feel like it's not as precise, it's not as accurate, it's not going to be perfect. But now is when we make it perfect. We're going to start to refine the fade and spend an extra 5 minutes on detailing. We always need to find a balance between quality and time. So by doing guard skipping technique, we did save time, but the fade is 80% complete. But now we've got that extra 5 minutes to detail and to refine the fade to make it 100. So going back with my 0.5 guard, and now I'm just picking out them dark spots to get into them little areas to make that fade extra blurry and buttery. My guy Ruben is falling asleep in a chair because he's so excited and he's so happy to get blessed by the chopstick master, Barber Jase. Nah, but he's a good kid, he just come from football training. But Ruben, if you're watching this, I need you to smile for the camera. So now that the fade is done, I'm going to take out the clips to see how it sits. And I'm just going to do a bit of freehand work with my scissors to take off the ends and to give the top a little bit of shape as well. So now I need to move on to the shape up, making sure he's nice and clean before I move on to the next step, and using my clips to separate the fringe with the length on top. Because the hair is long on top, the hairs hanging over the fringe will not get in the way when I'm doing the shape up. Also, it will give me a clean section so I can brush the hairs down into the shape up, which will give me a darker, more refined line. But before I start shaping up, I'm going to start to taper the front hairline. Now applying a little bit of hairspray and then using my brush to brush it down to make sure the hairs are laying down nice and flat. Also dry the hairspray off, and now you're ready to shape them up. But to get sharp lines, it's all about preparation, how you prepare the hairline by tapering, combing the hair down, and also a bit of hairspray to freeze it into position. When shaping up, I always start in the middle and work my way into the corners. And I usually start on the right side, which is my stronger side, and then I can use that as a guide for the left side. Also, when I'm shaping up, as you can see, I'm resting the back of my middle finger on the head for more support and stability. Also stepping back to check my work to make sure it's balanced. But I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Big up to you if you're still watching from the beginning. Make sure you leave a thumbs up. Now making sure the corners of the shape up is nice and sharp. Also, I'm not going to shape up the C-cup, which is the curved shape up near the eyebrows. I'm going to leave that nice and natural. As you can see, Ruben's hairline is pretty strong. It doesn't need any enhancements. Now using my balance razor, which is my favourite razor right now. It's a good all-round razor, has a nice weight and a good shape to hold. Now I'm using Easy Blade shave gel. Really nice shave gel to use. It's got a nice smell to it and it gives me a nice smooth shave. So with this type of shape up, I'm going to go down with the growth. This will get rid of all the hairs hanging over the shape up as well, which will give it a cleaner, sharper line. But there we have it, guys. How's it looking? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Thank you again for everyone that's watching, taking a little video for the gram. Make sure you stay tuned for next week. We've got a special episode. We're starting a new series next Thursday, 7 PM. But thank you again for everyone that's watching. Big up the Chopstick gang. Big up yourselves. Big up all the barbers. Big up to everybody. And big up to Barber Sizzle. Cheese! The winner of the competition. You got a pair of Andis Pro Foils, a pair of Wahl Seniors, a balance razor, and a couple extra things I'll throw in as well. But that's the finished product, guys. Thank you again. Big up Ruben. As you can see, he looks well happy with his haircut. Thank you, man like Derek, for filming. Stay fresh, stay faded, stay safe. It's your boy, Barber Jase. Peace and love.